Hey everybody, my name is Rissy and today I'm going to show you guys how I make pot stickers. First, starting off with the dough, I'm using about 2.5 cups of flour and a pinch of salt, and then I'm going to add 1 cup of boiling water gradually. If you're not comfortable dealing with boiling water on your hands, then you can feel free to use a bowl to mix it in until it's a comfortable temperature for you, but it's not a problem for me. So you're gonna just knead it until it's all coming together and it's smooth. For me, it took about 10 minutes, but I was leisurely kneading, not seriously kneading. And if you're using a mixer, it should be like 2 or 3 minutes. Just go until it's smoother consistency and it's all cohesive. When you're done with that, you're going to want to put it underneath either a wet towel or a Saran Wrap. I was using a sandwich bag. The thing that I like about this dough is that it's so easy to make and it's like 3 ingredients. So definitely worth it if you have the extra time. If not, feel free to use pre-made wrappers. Those are fine too. They just kind of like don't stick as well at the edges, I find. But yeah, this one's easy to work with. So you're going to set that aside for like 15 to 20 minutes, which is the perfect amount of time to make the filling. And then prepare your vegetables and your meat. So for me, I like cabbage and carrots and garlic and ginger. So for the cabbage, I'm gonna finely shred it until I get about 2 cups worth, which I'm just kind of eyeballing here, but yeah, it's about 2 cups. And you're gonna wanna finely shred it. You can use pretty much whatever vegetables you have around you, but I feel like cabbage gives a really nice flavor, and whatever I don't use here, I'm going to use for a soup later, so no waste. For the carrot, I already shaved it and took off the top of the bottom. And I shred it really finely with my knife because I don't have a grater, but it's fine. It goes quick, and even quicker because it's sped up. Haha. Get a good amount, I'd say like 3/4 of a cup or a cup of carrot, about 1/2 of a large carrot, and then you're gonna put that aside in a separate bowl. As you can see here, I'm putting the 3 cloves of garlic and 1 thumb of ginger into the bowl with the cabbage, but I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'd put the garlic and the ginger separate because those cook about the same time as the chicken. So I'm using 3 chicken thighs. For the chicken thighs, I'm cutting it off of the bone and I'm setting the bone aside to use for soup stock later. And I'm just gonna keep on mincing the chicken as fine as I can into little like dices or whatever, so that they come apart really easily instead of the dumplings. Okay, so I'm gonna cook the chicken here, and I am using about like 2 tablespoons of oil, and just gonna stir it around with the garlic and ginger. As you can see now, I'm fishing it out of the cabbage, and I'm gonna add some salt and some black pepper. I'm also gonna add some cayenne pepper, and I'm gonna cook that around until the chicken's fully cooked, trying to add as much ginger and garlic as I can so that the flavors really get infused inside of it. I'm gonna add some soy sauce here. I don't have 5-spice at home, so I'm using clove and allspice. If you don't have those either, then that's still fine. You could make it taste good pretty much with whatever you have. So I added a tablespoon of sugar there. I'm mixing in all of the cabbage. Right now, I'm tweaking it to my taste. So I added some more soy sauce. I'm gonna add just like whatever spices it needs. At this point, the chicken is cooked, so it's pretty much what you see is what you get. Which is, I feel like, the biggest perk of cooking the fillings before you cook the dumplings, because you can really know what you're gonna get. So anybody who's nervous about their cooking abilities, don't be scared. You can do this. Trust me. Yeah, just make it taste good. And then you're going to set that aside to cool after mixing in the carrots. Once those are fully incorporated, you set them aside. And you're going to form the dough into like a giant bagel by pushing your fingers through the bottom. Once you have that, then you're going to be able to cut it and like stretch it out into like this giant dough snake. That's just super easy to slice into 20 even pieces, which is what I'm doing here. You can use food weight if you want, but if you don't want to, then just cut it however you want. I feel like 20 is a nice number for this amount of dough though. So yeah, basically right now, this was the most time consuming part. It's just rolling each of the 20 pieces out into the dumpling wrappers. Then setting them aside. I'm not stacking them here because if you stack them, then they're probably gonna stick because the dough's kind of soft. As you can see here, I'm filling it with about 2 teaspoons of the filling per dumpling. Able to just pinch the edges together and kind of like form them into a sort of coin purse. It looks like that. Do that for each one until you are done. Keep on rolling and filling. You can either cook them immediately or you can set them aside like I did. I put them in a baking sheet, even though I'm not going to bake them, obviously, because that's not how you make pot stickers. I put some flour on the bottom so that they wouldn't stick to the pan when I wanted to use them. When it was finally dinner time, I just went ahead and put 2 tablespoons of oil. So yeah, you put them in and you go until the bottoms are about lightly browned, and that's over a medium-high heat. Once those are nice and sizzling, you're going to add about a 1/4 cup of hot water, but you're going to have your lid ready because when you add that water, it's going to be popping everywhere. So put the lid on right away. Let it cook for about 2 minutes. That's when it's steaming, so that's cooking the tops of the dumplings. And then, once that's done, you're going to take the lid off and then let the water boil down. You can give them a little jiggle to make sure that they're not stuck together. But basically you're just going to cook it this way until the bottoms are nice and crispy and golden brown, or whatever color you like them. I like mine a little bit darker. They're just about ready. That took about 10 minutes of cooking. You can also freeze them at the point where I put them in the fridge to rest. So basically you would have just wanted to cool them while they were in the baking sheet, and then after they're already frozen, that's when you'd separate them into servings for the freezer. Super easy, super fun to make if you like rolling dough. Yeah, impress your friends, impress your family with delicious food. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye everybody.